Well, welcome back again, everyone. And today I'm reviewing a new cigar from the Graycliff Cigar Company in Nassau, Bahamas. Great place to visit, and I suggest anytime you're on a cruise and it stops in Nassau that you take the time to walk up to the Graycliff Hotel and visit the cigar factory. You'll see where their cigars are made. Now, this cigar today is called the Because. One of the strangest names of cigars I've ever heard. But here we go. This is the new Graycliff Because. Now let me tell you about this cigar. It's first of all named Because simply because, or rather because you as a cigar smoker deserve it. That's where the name comes from. Now this particular cigar is called the Triple Robusto, which looks an awful lot like a Toro. It is 6x54 with a suggested retail price of $7.50, and therein lies the reason they are coming out with these cigars, is to get the price point down so that the average cigar smoker can try a Graycliff taste in a cigar. As most of you know, or if you don't know, a Graycliff cigar can run you anywhere from $20 and up, starting with a Robusto. And I will also tell you that if you visit the factory, you will get a slight price break, but don't expect much. They still are very, very, very expensive at the factory. Now, the cigar utilizes an Ecuadorian wrapper, Indonesian binder, and the filler is Nicaraguan and Honduran. So these come in boxes of 21. It also comes in one other size. The Torpedo is 6x52 with a suggested retail price of $7.95. So that's where we are at this point. A couple things about it. It is triple capped, and it is very, very, very dense. So let's get to it and see how it is. A lot of times you hear me describe cigars as having an oily wrapper. This cigar is actually not one of those. So I want to let you look at it again. It is very well made, and it is very nice feeling in the hand. Not quite as weighty as others I've had like this, but it is again very dense. Very nice bunching, the filler. So let's give it a shot here. The draw is effortless, just fine, perfect. Look at that red thing there. Look at that. Perfect. What's happening right there? That's good. There's a lot of citrus there right away. Some pretty nice pepper. Pretty nice, decent amount of pepper. Really, it tastes a lot like grapefruit with vanilla, toning it down. The pepper is about a 6, believe it or not, out of 10. A slight amount of richness already. The finish is very short at this point. Not much I can tell you on the finish at this point. It's quite short. Well, that's how it's starting. So let's let it sit for a minute and see if it'll come into its own any further. The Graycliff Because Triple Robusto. about 3/4 of an inch in. Cigar did settle down somewhat. The best I can pin down these flavors, and the Graycliff calls the spice a touch of Bahamian spice. While I don't know what that is, I will describe it the best I can. Is the way it tastes is a sweet, light grapefruit with some vanilla notes, giving it some richness, and coffee. Coffee is the one point that I didn't bring up initially. And the pepper, as I said, is very good. It's about a 6 or so out of 10. Now, the finish has come into its own at this point, and it is one of a sweet cream. Not much lingering pepper, and the finish is, I will term it a little dry finish. It's average in length, but you don't have the richness. But it definitely is a cream, and it has a little sweetness to it. So that's where we are. That's exactly how it tastes. So you can tell already. See that ash is cracking. It's going to drop here. So I'm going to have to let it drop in the ashtray, hopefully, and I'll be back as soon as something else changes. As far as strength, I would say it's a solid medium. Nothing spectacular. It is a nice tasting spice, though. It has there's seems to be a little something else going on besides the grapefruit and vanilla. Hey, maybe it is such thing as Bahamian spice. So it's a nice flavor. And to let you know, this does have the Graycliff-esque flavors. If you've ever had Graycliff cigars. A lot of their cigars I like a lot, very much, but because of their price point, it's hard to have them very often. You can shop for them online and find them sometimes a little cheaper, but let's be that as it may. Let's judge this on its own, because this is not a bad price point cigar at all. $7-ish, $7.50, $7.95. All right, so I will be back here shortly with another update. Maybe a touch further, the ash did fall off. The cigar has developed a nice little buttery richness to it. And it's weird that when you say buttery richness, it tastes like butter. It's very nice. The sweet grapefruit is still there, but now it's got a buttery richness to it. Cream rather than vanilla. And the coffee is still there. There seem to be leather notes trying to sneak their way in, but not deep, unappealing leather. It just has a little leathery flavor at the bottom of the spice flavors. Some of that butteriness is crept over to the finish too. It's a very rich cream now. Just a few minutes ago it was a dry finish. Now it's a rich cream. Nice change. Something that you might want to notice if you have one of these. So that was a decent size change. That's why I wanted to come back. I'll be back as soon as something else changes. Down to a couple inches. And the butteriness that we talked about earlier that lasted for quite a while is now gone. The leather notes have really come up a lot. And the citrus notes and leather are your predominant two flavors right now, with a low coffee base. The finish is mostly unchanged. You still have that cream, but some of those citrus notes have also come over. giving it a little different flavor. So that's, you know, a slight difference. Definitely the leather has really come up a lot. So we're getting close. Be back probably to wrap it up here shortly. Down to the end of the cigar, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Funny thing, some of that richness kind of came back here at the end. The leather is still there, very prominent, along with the sweet grapefruit. Those two combined to make a sweet, leathery grapefruit. Very odd. Some of the coffee base is still there. The pepper has been great throughout. And the citrus notes have definitely filtered over to the finish. And it's a cream and citrus. And a little more lingering pepper. The cigar ended up medium, maybe medium to full. This has been an interesting cigar. It's actually been pretty good. If you get these cigars, you have to smoke it slowly. If I ever sped up at any point, I lost a lot of the flavors. By going slowly, you get the buttery richness, you get all those notes. But if you go too fast, you'll lose them. So the Graycliff Because Triple Robusto has been an interesting cigar, a good cigar actually. It's burned very well, very evenly, and I've enjoyed it. I am going to give this cigar a score of 90. I've enjoyed it quite a bit, and they should be on shelves now. They were due to hit the shelves in August, I believe. They debuted this cigar at the IPCPR this year. So look for them and give it a try. The Graycliff Because Triple Robusto 90.